Hey, what's up, Mimos? Does the sound a little funny to you? You know why? It's because I don't have this is the microphone I usually use, and the battery went out on it today. And this thing, it doesn't give you any warning on the battery. It has this little switch here, and you turn it on. It's got green light, and it's got a red light. Red light means the battery's dead. And there's no amber light. There should be an amber light warning you that it's time to get a new battery, but it doesn't. There's no indication, and so I'll be just recording, and I'll look at it, and I'll go, oh crap, there's no battery, or there's no, the battery's dead. So, and I didn't go get a battery because it's raining out. It's been raining and raining and raining, and I just don't want to go out in this rain. Although we do need the rain because our reservoirs, they say, are like at an 8% capacity or something, so we're all going to just wither away and dry up unless we get some rain. So I'm not going to complain about the rain, I just don't want to go out and drive in it. So you get to listen to me with the onboard camera microphone. It's very primitive. I feel like I'm getting back to nature using this microphone. And it's cold too. It's just really chilly. I guess because it's damp and because the temperature is lower than it usually is. What do you say, Mimos? Did you have a good week? It was a busy one for me working on the video. I did the collaboration with Shaunan, the portrait art, which his art is so amazing. I hope you've had a chance to look through his videos on there, and oh my gosh, they're incredible. The Jennifer Lawrence one, oh, so nice. But they're all really good. But I'm also blown away by you guys bidding on this thing. I mean, it's already up over $1,000. There's been like 50 bids or something. You guys are the greatest, and so that's going to be really cool because one wish for a child averages on the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I think it's about $8,000. So, you know, with this and the other auctions I do throughout the year, I hope by the end of the year, maybe we can raise enough money to support one wish. That would be really, really awesome. So thanks again, and don't forget the auction runs through next Friday. One thing I wanted to mention on that project was the wood, that red, the Padauk, because a couple of people were saying that red was, whoa, mind-blowingly red. Let me show you something. Here's what that looks like. Let me get it in here. This is a brand new board. This is part of that same wood that I bought with it. That's what it looks like, but it tames down really quickly. This is that one, remember I did that lacquer example? That's what it looks like, and this is after just like a couple of months. So it gets much more mellow, I guess. But I love the tone of this because it still retains some of that reddish tint, but it's not so pinkish, I guess, like this one. So that may answer some of your questions. But I did like the reddish color because in the artwork, it's kind of got a reddish color. I didn't even know charcoal came in all those different colors like that. I thought, you know, you get like black charcoal. Other people had some suggestions on making miters for the picture frames, and there's just a gazillion different ways you can do it. My miter sled, though, I can't stack up two at a time. I would if they were real thin frames, but with those, they were like 1.5 inches thick, and for two of those 3 inches, with the height of my sled and how high I could raise my blade, I can't raise it high enough to cut two at once, at least on those. So that's why I had to do each one separately. I used to make frames using my miter saw a lot, but it just is not as accurate. I can't get as perfect miter corners as I can with that sled. That sled does a really good job because I know it's set to 90 degrees, and so if I run them through, they will always fit together well. It's funny though, as much as I use the router, I pretty much only use like 3 different bits. I use a roundover bit and a straight bit, and well, really those are kind of like the 2 major bits I use. If you've got an assortment of straight bits and a couple different sizes of roundover bits, you're pretty much good to go on the router. You can do, I'm gonna guess 90% of all the routed edges I make are using those 2 different bits. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention to you. I mentioned this on Facebook yesterday. Jim Barry, who's really heavily involved with trying to do something about the whole Ted's woodworking scam. For those of you who may be new to the show or aren't familiar, if you ever see these 16,000 plans for $50 or something, you see these deals, it's all a scam. It's just nonsense. I've got videos on the matter trying to explain it all, trying to get to the bottom of it. But anyways, just don't waste your money on it. But Jim Barry has, he suggested we all leave a comment at scamadvisor.com. I had never heard of scamadvisor.com, but I guess it just checks for various scams. And so you can leave a message, and I'll put the link down in the description. And so it's kind of fun. I don't know if it's going to do any good, but it might let you vent a little bit about Ted's woodworking. I left my own comment on there trying to explain it a little bit. So hey, you know, maybe if we can prevent one person from wasting his money on that junk, we've done a good thing. Hey, you want to see something cool I got? This. You know what this is? This is a Chromebook. I got one of these for my son a couple months ago for school, and I liked it so much that I got myself one. So I just got this last week, and it's basically a laptop. You know, it opens up like any other laptop. But the key to this is, and I love the concept of the Chromebook, is that you really have no hard drive on it. It's got a 16 gigabyte drive, so everything you do on it, you do it in the cloud. It is all kind of within the Google-verse, I guess. So they have all of your Word documents, Excel, PowerPoint kind of things. And most of what I do, I find on the computer is in the cloud anyway. Email, Facebook, Twitter, all of that stuff. So the idea behind what Google is doing with this is trying to eliminate the whole concept of files and folders and storing anything on your own computer. And I think it's pretty cool, really. It totally streamlines it, and it makes these really inexpensive. I got this for $250, and wow, I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, that was weird. I was looking at the display on my camera, and it was flashing, ching, 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 and then it just stopped. I wonder what that means. It's going to, maybe it doesn't like not having the microphone on it. I don't know. I want to try something new. I want to try to answer more of your questions on the show. So if you have a question for me, I would love to have it. Just tweet it to me. Tweeting it would probably be the best way for me to see it. I would really appreciate it if you would just tweet it. So if you have any questions for either me or woodworking or the show or whatever, you could also leave them in the comments here. I'll try to sort through those too. But tweeting is good because they're short. And I'll try to feature those on the show. I'll try to answer some of those, okay? I hope you've been enjoying the Mir Minis. This week was the sandpaper one, how to cut and fold sandpaper. A lot of people suggested different ways of cutting. The hacksaw one is a great idea. I used to use that actually. I had a hacksaw blade on my workbench, and I would just slide the sandpaper down there, and it's a great way to tear it in half. And a couple people had some of those paper cutter thingies. I don't know what you call those. You know, where you put paper and you go chunk chunk. It's like a guillotine. Finally saw Gravity last night. It was okay, you know. I guess it was about what I expected it would be. It was Sandra Bullock floating around in space with George Clooney. Oh, you know what was a good George Clooney movie from a long time ago was From Dusk to Dawn. Did you ever see that movie? It's a strange movie. He played with Quentin Tarantino in it, and it's almost two different movies. The first part is this really gritty crime part. He plays a criminal in this, and he's a really bad guy in it. He and Quentin Tarantino. But then suddenly the second half of the movie is all about vampires. And if I remember right, they explode. No, I don't remember. Do they explode in that? Anyways, it was a cool movie. That was one of my favorite George Clooney movies. I don't really have a favorite Sandra Bullock movie. I was certain when Gravity came out that it was going to be a love story in space with, you know, like a rom-com or something. When I see Sandra Bullock, I think rom-com. And so I don't see a lot of Sandra Bullock movies. Of course, Speed. I love Speed. Speed is just one of those movies that has just, it's a high concept movie, I guess. You can describe the whole movie in one sentence, and that's what Hollywood really likes. And I guess I kind of like that too. I'm really getting into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You guys seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andy Samberg? That show is really funny. I really like it. I think they just had the series, not the series finale, the season finale. Well, I guess I'll wrap it up there. It's such a gloomy day. It's one of those days that I just have no energy, and I just feel like I just want to stay inside and just like watch TV or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go watch my computer and edit this video. I'll see you guys next week.